What President Trump is calling the impeachment hoax has had more than a few people emerge as winners and losers. Now, as you all know, the Senate acquitted President Trump yesterday on both articles of impeachment. Let's start with the big losers, namely Senator Mitt Romney and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Pelosi launched what Trump is calling the sham toward the end of last year. Trump went after both Romney and Pelosi for using their faith as bases to launch the impeachment.
I don't like people who use their faith as justification for doing what they know is wrong. Nor do I like people who say, I pray for you, when they know that that's not so.
But Pelosi fired back, defending her decision to launch the impeachment inquiry, and slammed those president's remarks.
I don't know if he said bad things, but whatever he said was just so completely inappropriate, especially at a prayer breakfast.
Now on to Utah Senator Mitt Romney, who the president also mentioned in that clip. Romney was the only Republican to convict Trump on one of the articles of impeachment. The president also slammed Romney on Twitter for his vote, tweeting, quote, had failed presidential candidate Mitt Romney devoted the same energy and anger to defeating a faltering Barack Obama as he sanctimoniously does to me, he could have won the election. Read the transcripts. The Utah Republican, though, defended his decision to vote for conviction.
The president's purpose was personal and political. Accordingly, the president is guilty of an appalling abuse of public trust.
And two of the biggest losers are, of course, Congressman Adam Schiff and Congressman Jerry Nadler, the two men who really launched the impeachment process. They've stopped at nothing to remove Trump from office, including relying on the Russia investigation to dig up evidence. But there was nothing there, so they moved over to Ukraine, and again, that fell flat. And now, we're at the people who could come out of this winners, with their parties anyway, because of their votes. One of them is Maine Senator Susan Collins, who voted to acquit the president. Collins did vote in favor of witnesses, but her acquittal vote could cost her at home in Maine with some swing voters.
In the end, I had to weigh the evidence and whether or not it reached the very high bar that was established in the Constitution, and I concluded that it did not.
And there are three Democratic senators who voted to convict who are also winners with their parties, but it could cost them many votes in their home states. The first is Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema. The other is West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, and finally, Alabama Senator Doug Jones. All three voted to convict and are stars in the Democratic Party, but their states lean heavily, or at least moderately, towards Donald Trump. And now let's go to leadership. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. Majority Leader McConnell came out way on top in this fight because he kept his caucus under control. Schumer, on the other hand, came out a loser because he failed to flip enough GOP votes to convict Trump on the articles of impeachment. But the biggest winner in this by far is President Trump and his legal team. Trump and his lawyers were able to poke holes in the case and come out with an acquittal that the president continued to tout today numerous times. So the question is, will this cost those losers enough votes in their home states to cost them their Senate seats?
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing news channel, now in 65 million homes. Get Newsmax TV on all the major cable systems or go to newsmaxtv.com and click on the Find Newsmax tab to locate us. Remember, Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.